Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it is another kitchen day. So it is another baking day because last time I made bread, it looked like it turned out okay, but what you did not know is that the bread flour that I used was actually expired and I don't know how long it expired. So we're trying again with a twist. And the twist is adding an herb and a cheese. So my favorite herb is rosemary. And I don't know why that is my favorite herb, but it absolutely is. If you go online and look up what rosemary might symbolize, some places will say rosemary is really good for love and remembrance. So I am saying that we are making love bread today. Just because. And then we're adding a sharp cheddar to it because you really can't go wrong with cheddar. So this is either going to be a hit or a miss. Either we're going to make some really, really good bread or this is going to be a hot mess. I can't wait for either. I think they're both going to be great options. One more so in the humor side of things. The issue I am going to have is I'm not 100% on like the measurements to adding herbs and cheese to a bread recipe. If anybody has ever done anything like that before, let me know. Let me know what kind of herbs and cheese that you used. If you just used herbs in maybe like a kind of like an olive oil dipping sauce, let me know that too. Basically, everything about this recipe is going to be the same. So the exact same ingredients, exact same proportions of everything, but we are adding herbs and cheese. From what I have read and given hints about, you want to do 1 teaspoon of dried herbs or 1 tablespoon of fresh herbs. As far as the cheese goes, it's 1 cup per how many cups of flour you have. So because this recipe calls for 3 cups of bread flour, I'm gonna add 3 cups of cheese. Hopefully my cheese block is enough to cover the 3 cups of cheese, but we'll find out because I guarantee I will be sneaking bites of the cheese every minute or so. What else? Oh, the picture in the background. I did that. That was, I painted that actually. I'm very proud of that. Went to a little wine and canvas thing and it was a lot of fun. I just had to point that out. Had no other reason other to say, I'm proud of it. Anyway, moving on, let's get started with the bread. So last time I think I let it sit for 3 hours. This time I'm letting it sit overnight because I want the herbs and the cheese to have like a stronger, I don't want to say appearance because like we know that the herbs are going to be in this bread. But I just want it to be able to soak in with all of the other ingredients. So you add the cheese and herbs before you add the water and you start mixing it into the dough. I have to remember that. We'll see if I do. And I'm sure I can show you guys like little clips here and there of me adding everything, but it's nothing you haven't seen already. I mean, it's a guarantee that I'm gonna be making a mess in my kitchen because flour is just straight a mess. Will I ever try to redo the cookies? Yes, I will. Just not right now. It's not like a sugar cookie kind of feel right now. I know, like some people are like, it's always a sugar cookie feel. Not today, not in my house. So I have my butter knife for leveling. I have my coffee for energy. I have the bread flour for ingredients. All right, yep, we're already off to a messy start. At least I'm not wearing black this time. Made that mistake a couple times. But, so today was actually a really nice day. Started out, got out of bed, made myself some fresh eggs. I'm like trying to be really good at making eggs over easy. Every time I get a little bit better or I look like a complete and total beginner. So I think last time I went beginner route because it did not turn out how I wanted at all. This time, I burnt the butter. So my eggs were very brown, but it was because of the butter. And for some reason, I keep forgetting to add salt and pepper to my eggs. It's not it's not bad without it, but I'm sure like that's like a little ingredient that is kind of like, oh, you should probably add, I probably should add that. I just don't think about it. And by the time I think about it, I'm already halfway through. Eating it, I mean. So flour is 3 1/4 cups. This is a little reminder for those of you that watched this last time and for those who are seeing this for the first time. Easiest recipe ever. 4 ingredients. I mean, come on. We're adding more ingredients to it now, but if you're wanting to do just the basic bread, it's just 4 ingredients. How could anything go wrong, right? But anyway, so I had eggs and I made some sausage patties and some toast. And of course I had my cup of coffee. I'm on my second cup of coffee because I didn't want to start this until I had all of the ingredients I needed, so I had to run to the store because, like I said, I had expired bread flour the first time, so had to fix that. Also had to pick up the cheese and the herbs. I probably have rosemary already, but I wanted to be like 100%. Okay, I need coarse salt and instant yeast. So here's the instant yeast that I use. Makes it very simple. Don't have to think much about it. Just requires 1 rise. That's it. That's why we leave it out on the counter. So we will add this. Not spill yeast on the counter like we did last time. I probably have yeast making some kind of monsters somewhere in the kitchen. One day they're gonna come out of hiding, I just know it. I need salt. Now it asks for coarse salt, however, that's all I have left. Had I known that, this should have also been on the list, but it was not. So how much do I need? 2 teaspoons, of course. This will not even make 1. I'll get what I can out of this one and use the rest. Yeah, it was not even a whole teaspoon. So finish that off. I'm literally just running out of salt. That's really all this is. And I was just at the grocery store too. Just do a little bit more of this one. Not kosher, but it's salt. We work with what we got. Will this make a difference? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. All right, so I'm going to stir up what we've got so far. So we just have the flour, salt, and yeast in this. At this moment, there will be more. Something is just so relaxing about being in the kitchen and just cooking or baking, getting your hands into something that you created, you made, you put love into it. Just something about it. Next question, do I have a cheese grater? Great question. I actually don't know if I have a cheese grater. Okay, so completely unsurprising, I do not have a cheese grater, but I have a zester. Could this work the same? We're about to find out. I am guaranteeing it does not work anything near how a cheese grater actually would work. This is gonna get me right down to my soul. I was literally just at the store. Apparently, I just don't like making things easy for myself. I like to make it as difficult and time-consuming as possible. But guess what? You guys get to spend this time with me. Kind of. Because like I can jump skip all over the place. So it'll look like this only took like 3 minutes, but it will probably take like an hour. So surprisingly, it is working very well. Well, wonders never cease. I have to get 3 cups of this and really hope that I do not cut my own fingers in the process. To remind myself, don't go too fast. Do I at least have 1 cup now? Please? Nope, we do not have 1 cup yet. Oh, hi Evie, are you coming to claim your cheese tax? Why am I not surprised? Here you go. The cheese tax, the cheese tax. This is just making like the slices of cheese so insanely thin. Okay, we have our first cup. Only need 2 more. It'll be so easy, I'm sure. That actually smells really good. How many cheese taxes are you gonna claim, little girl? You can't just stand there and expect more. I mean, you're guaranteed to get it, but come on. Here's 2 cups. 1 more. Do I have to do a 4th as well? Like just match it? I don't think so. I'm just gonna do 3 cups. So there's gonna be a little bit more flour than there will be cheese. And we'll add the rosemary. This is gonna work. It's gonna work. I love that you have positioned yourself closer. Before you were over there. Now you are right here. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Very smart. Very smart. Cannot hit the floor. Here. It hit the floor. It was not supposed to do that. You were supposed to catch it. What happened? You can't catch cheese? You can catch bananas. You can catch chicken. Can't catch cheese. You can catch cheese at Grandpa's house. What happened? Cheese just went right past you. I have to say, this is actually like one of the most calming things I have done in a long time. This is actually really fun. I didn't think this was going to work, but it's working way better than I expected. Last one. Boop. Right in there. Who's going to know? They're not going to know. They're going to know. They're not going to know. You know. But shh. I didn't do that. So it actually said like a teaspoon, but I'm adding a little over half a tablespoon. Because if you can see it, you've got enough. I love measuring by heart, not by recipes. We measure by our eyes and our heart. So like I said, I'm gonna kind of do this a little bit differently, not only because I'm adding herbs and cheese to this, but I am also going to keep it in the fridge after I do the 3 hours on the counter. So now we just have to add the water. So let me go do that. So you have to get the water about room temperature or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see what the temperature is. Room temperature is a lot colder than I thought it would be. It's very surprising. We need 1.5 cups. So I need my half cup. I'm not even gonna try to use like a spatula or anything. We're just going hands-on immediately. There's 1 cup. Don't spill, don't spill. Oh, I don't think I did. Oh, I left my rings on. That's gonna be a problem for future me. So you know you're doing it right when the dough is shaggy. Like, it sounds like such an odd word, but like you'll know. You just know that that is the right texture, but a weird description. I agree. It's so weird how different the bread can turn out every single time you make it. Even if you use the exact same ingredients, you use the exact same process, there's something that you are mentally doing differently, I swear, because it will end up looking very different every single time. So it's like a new recipe, but not. It's like extra shaggy. I think it's because of the cheese. Get off, get off. I feel like I need to add like just a smidge more water, because some of this is just not, it's not blending. Yeah, I need more water. Cautiously add water. That was hardly anything. But that hardly anything might be just what we needed. There we go. Yep, that was what we needed. Just needed that smidge more water. Smidge. Reminds me of Midge. Isn't Midge Moose's girlfriend? I'm aging myself. If you know the Archie comics, you know Moose and Midge. Was it Midge? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm not sure. I have no idea who Midge and Moose are. Honestly, just go to any grocery store, get in the checkout line. Very good chance that they will have a Archie comic in the line. So here's what the dough looks like. We're gonna cover it up, let it sit for 2 to 3 hours, and then I'm gonna move it into the fridge overnight, and we'll come back tomorrow. Good morning, lovely. I hope you had a wonderful night. This is all one video for you. This is the magic of the internet. So this morning, it is early, we are going to finish making bread, even though bread makes you fat. I am not the one saying this. Ramona Flowers said that first, and I was just as devastated as Scott Pilgrim. But we make it anyway. As much as we love Ramona, we like bread more. So we're gonna finish up making our herb and cheese bread. Have everything set up already? Gotta get it out of the fridge. It rose quite a bit, but a lot of times if you put it in the fridge, it'll shrink again. We'll see where we're at. So if you remember last time where we were at, if not, I'm sure you can rewind just a little bit to see what it looked like before it went in the fridge. This is it. This is the risen bread. So I'm gonna pop it on the counter just like last time. We're not changing really much, but I might try to make 4 loaves instead of just 2. But if you do want to see like literally step by step of how to like flour everything and get it all set up, definitely will link the video where I did like the basic bread. Same concept. I'm not using the bread flour for this part. I'm just using like a regular all-purpose flour because I just need the bread to not stick to the countertop. All right, so we're just gonna pop this onto the counter. Boop. Right like that. Get all the bread. You don't want to like smush it up too much because you still want the bread to maintain a lot of the air bubbles that are currently inside of it. So we're going to try to handle it as little as we can. We're doing little loaves. I have no idea how I'm going to do these loaves. I'm just going to have to grab a knife. My answer is always a knife. No, it's not. Do not listen to that. I'm going to cut through it. It made a nice enough little circle that I think I can cut this into fourths just fine. Alright, now that we have done that, we're gonna make a mess of my floor again. And we're gonna turn it into a little loaf. Just a little guy. It looks like a little potato. Just gonna flatten and shape it like a loaf. And then we're gonna pop over here and set it up on the parchment paper. We're gonna kind of stretch him out, flatten him a little bit more, and then we'll go and grab our others. I don't want the flour going like literally everywhere on my floor, but it seems to be what is happening today. Once again, roll it out like a little loaf, or your version of a loaf. It doesn't have to be perfect. And there's two. I think we gotta go this way. Yeah, we're gonna have to go this way. I used a lot smaller of a pan than I did last time because last time I made the mistake of leaving flour on the, flour burns in the oven. Like I knew that, but I didn't realize it was gonna be that bad. So that was fun. And I can't get the stains off of my larger pan. So if you have recommendations for me to like get these as clean as like new, please let me know. I would love that. And maybe this flour will not burn. We can always hope. So bring this over here. Just like the others, we're shaping it, but look at that. You can see all of the rosemary. You can't see the cheese, which is gonna make this like such a lovely surprise that there's cheese in there. And then you have to score it. A lot of times people use like that lovely little kind of knife thing. Well, I don't have that, so I have to score it with some scissors. Is this the correct way to do it? Probably not. Yet this is what we do because we are basic. Make it as simple as possible. You're using things that you probably shouldn't to do things that you have to. Everybody's happy in the end. We're getting bread. I'm not spending too much money. And final plan is to also include some extra cheese on the top. Because I think like, you know, you can't have too much. So I'm gonna grab my zester, which worked way better than I thought it was gonna work. And we just come over here and we're just gonna add some zested cheese on top. And hopefully it'll like brown really nice. If not, like I said, this can go one of two ways. This can be like the most amazing thing we've ever made in our lives, or this is gonna end horribly and it's gonna taste disgusting. I'm hoping for the first, expecting the second. Of all the things I've tried in the kitchen, I've never tried using a lemon zester as a cheese grater. I feel like more people should try this. This is quite lovely. My apologies. After we do all of this, after we like cut the loaves and we're all set up, we let it rest once again for about 45 minutes, lightly covered. So I'm just gonna grab a towel, set it on top of the little pan, leave it for 45 minutes, and they will go in the oven that is set to 475 for 20 to 25 minutes. But we are definitely gonna have to keep an eye on these because they are much smaller than the others I've done before, so hope for the best. Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest, I think I added too much rosemary. Yes, in the meantime, I did take a shower, but it looks really good. I mean, come on. Anybody else get that feel? Like it, when you open the oven, it burns your necklace. Like now my neck is on fire. I don't like that. I mean, just look at that. If that is not a perfect loaf, I don't know what is. Wow. Best one yet. Nice. This was a good one. I'm very pleased with this one. I don't know what it's gonna taste like. That's the last thing we're gonna have to figure out. So I'm gonna grab a plate. We'll grab one of these loaves. Which one? What's the weirdest looking one? You. I'll take you. Look at it. He's so pretty. I don't think they're done yet. That's too doughy. Back in. Go back in the oven. Okay, so basically, they just look really doughy. I just want to get them a little bit more cooked, but it's really good. Best one I've made yet. Even if it's doughy. I feel accomplished. I really do. But that's it for today's video. I will see you guys next time. Bye!